Hey guys, it's Enwa and welcome to the 11th episode of the Batcave Project. And last episode was a massive project within the project, which was doing this entire area behind me, and it looks so cool. Although there's more to do, and we are nearing closer and closer to the end of this series, and I still want to make sure that I make the most of this cave and really make it look good. So it has been a while since I actually last recorded, and it's like a couple of days before this video goes live, so I've been constantly doing the texturing and all sorts, and as you can see it goes all the way around until this this atrocity. I started to run low on coral, and it's been an absolute nightmare trying to find where on earth like these biomes are. I was so lucky last episode, and now I can't bump into any biome that has yellow coral because I tried to use the other blocks and I was not satisfied with it, so I'm using purely this horned yellow coral. So that has been my struggles, and we are now close to this area over here, which needs the same kind of ordeal as the waterbed over there. So we're going to crack on with that. Then after that, we are going to start doing waterfalls. I want to start doing some kind of not blatantly obvious like structures, just like underwater pipes and some other bits and bobs too. I want to actually utilize stairs. I haven't done that at all yet, and I feel like that could cause this area to have a lot more shape as well. So that's something I'm really excited to do. So without further ado, let's carry on doing what we did last time. I won't time lapse it because you've seen it all before last episode.
3 hours later.
Okay, there's been no luck with coral biomes at the moment, but I've stumbled across a wooden mansion, which has been really exciting. So I'm going to explore this area because I don't know if they've added anything new, but I just kind of want to see what it's got. And let's just see if there's any moments that are worthy of the video. If not, I'll continue going on my search for some more coral. What the fuck? Why are there 2 diamond hoes? What? What the hell? Uh-oh. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What is that? Why is it going through the walls? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ah! Ah! What is that? Ah! What the fuck is a cock? Oh. Ha! Bitch! Undying. Totem of undying. Ah! Totem of undying. We have made it to another coral biome. We are over 10,000 blocks away, and I've just gone purely in one direction and then following some ocean, and this is massive, so I might as well take advantage of all of this and take as much as I can from these yellow blocks, although I am kind of glitched right now, which is kind of annoying. But let's get all these blocks and then we can actually crack on. The coral has been collected and we have recovered from whatever happened in that wooden mansion. And I'm going to take this night vision potion, just show you. Wow, okay. I keep forgetting how bright it is. Showing you what it's looking like now that the water is now in. I've also added the extension of this platform now, so it's not just hovering for no reason at all. And what I've also started doing is just around this little area here, I've just started adding the stairs in, and it's added so much more shape than I thought it would. So by no surprise, we're going to add stairs everywhere. Which is going to take a while, but not as long as I think it will be. So I've got just enough blocks that should be able to do well. And then I've also cloned this world, and I've added in some structures that I think would look good in the cave in terms of more of shape. So I want to show you that in just a second. So welcome to a creative copy of the world. This is where I do some testing within the environment itself. And these are some kind of ideas that I've got going on. So I really like the idea of adding patches of dripstone and adding these stalactites, pointed dripstone in the cave. However, I feel like in comparison to how big the cave is, I still feel it's kind of small and I don't feel like it has such a big impact. So I went on to adding these ones here, which are made up of walls and stairs and stuff like that. And I think in terms of that, I think it looks a lot better. And then I think we're going to start adding in some waterfalls like I've always said. I've always want waterfalls in here. So we're going to pop back in to the other world and I'm going to crack on doing these different parts that we've said. And I will time lapse it as much as I can because it's going to be a little bit finicky in terms of obviously these heights up here. So we're just going to kind of ball it, see if it looks good. I don't want to overdo it with these little points here, but enough that it kind of shapes it all together. And look at this! I've added in these spikes that go all the way around this entire cave, and I think I've tried to scatter them enough and tried to not make them look the same. It's really difficult trying to do it, you know, with so much scaffolding, especially that everything has slabs on it. So I have to like manually get rid of the slab, put the scaffolding there and whatnot. And these ones here, they were absolute nightmares because I just had to use netherrack to do this part. But in terms of it, I think it was worth it. I didn't add any dripstone in the end because I really didn't think it was going to fit. And I think this adds a lot more shape and gives the cave a lot more of a silhouette rather than using dripstone as like a cluster. So I'm kind of fine with it. It's grown on me now. So another thing is as well, okay, I've got Ankle Biter here. And Ankle Biter is going to go on a little journey with these glow squids. Now, whether or not it works, I just want to see how Ankle Biter can cope with these glow squids. I think, yeah, kill it. Yeah. I think that's a baby axolotl actually. I think I think I chose a child axolotl instead of all the adult ones I had. It's not really doing a good job. Bro's got one job to kill the glow squids and he's just managed to do it. Let's see what's gonna happen. Oh no, the night vision's gone. But actually, if I look up here, look at this. Oh, that looks so cool. It's probably going to be so difficult to see on camera, but that looks absolutely amazing. You can just see those little points coming around. Not so much here, but oh my goodness. That looks so cool. Ah, there we go. And I've added some points around here. I've also done the same to this one. I've also done one here. Just again, like while we've got this natural terrain, I might as well just put them there. But this looks so cool. It adds so much more character and it really, really comes to life there. Oh my goodness. So there we go. Now it's time to add the waterfalls and I'm kind of debating whether like how to approach this. Hop up onto this step. And what we can do is add this little bit here with the netherrack. Just kind of mark out where I kind of want this waterfall to kind of go. And obviously where it's going to come from as well. So I'm thinking this little corner here. I know it's a lot of netherrack and just kind of dotting things around. But hopefully it'll make a little bit more sense once I am able to build it into the game. So that looks nothing. That was like so confusing. But realistically, I just kind of want something to start from up there and be able to kind of manipulate it to make a little cool shape. And then I'm thinking for this area too, we can add a little something. Maybe from up here. Again, that will travel all the way down. So that will look pretty cool. And then I could add one more. So probably something here. But then again, I am also thinking about adding these like subtle structures. And they don't need to be an actual thing. But I think it would be cool just to add, just for that, again, extra detail. So maybe we can have like these little column like bridges that go around with some stone brick. Because in the Origins Batcave, there is kind of like bridging and some like underground pipes. So I think that would be kind of cool to be able to replicate that, but obviously not make it a big thing. So it's only if you can see, like if you look really closely, you'll be able to see some sort of like something that's bulging out of the cave that is not normal and is definitely a structure that has been put there. So I think maybe we can do something here. Maybe whether that would be, again, arches or an underground pipe. And then if we go back down this area, completely forgot I didn't have my elytra on. We can go over here and we can see what else we can do. So I think a waterfall will definitely go here. And we can also do some more structures that side. And I think closer to this left side, I think we can add a waterfall. But I think because of this one, it needs to be a little bit more planned out rather than the small one, because this one's the bigger one, so it's going to have more priority, I guess. Okay, so I was literally about to start cracking on with this, and I was going to do time lapse as well, because I was like, it's not going to be one of my videos if there's no time lapse in it. And I look, I'm like, okay, there's some glow squids, whatever. But what on earth is a zombie villager doing here? What? And I'm so confused on what has caused this guy to spawn. I'm tempted to kind of heal it, but I don't know. I need a weakness potion. I don't know what to do with that. So, you know, I'm just gonna do my research and then heal this guy, and then I can just get the achievement. So I guess I'll do that then. Of course, it'll be my luck to make a potion, and it despawns. So now I've just got a weakness potion and a golden apple. Well, bollocks. Okay, well, I might as well just crack on with this waterfall then. Alrighty, look at the finished product of the waterfalls, and I've also added some pillars with some cracked stone, and I've just seen that small little piece of netherrack hiding, but that's fine, we can change that in a minute. I did just take a night vision potion because I started planning out down there, but I just want to go through with you what I've done so far. So you saw pretty much the time lapse. The only things I changed was where the source of the water will be coming from. So I've added these blocks up here just to kind of make it a little bit more larger, because I thought with it being hidden behind a corner, it just looked too small and the scaling just didn't seem right. So that has been changed. I've also kept like the original source in this one, just so it adds like a little bit more like variety of where the water can come from. And I've also had some cracked stone bricks smelting to make these pillars here, which look really, really cool. I don't want anything to look perfect here, especially with these structures, because, well, they have been withering away for God knows how long. And there's going to be gaps, there's going to be cracks and everything like that. So I've made sure to kind of show that with the amount of stairs and the cracked bricks and all these gaps too. So there we have it. That is the small lake done. Although it's a lot of detail for something that you're probably not going to see much of, I still want to add that in like depth to the environment. You know, I don't want it to be completely soulless. I want there to be, you know, stories that can be made and whatever. And I think hopefully we've achieved this with this part here. Now it is time to head on down to this massive monstrosity left to do. And where's Ankle-Biter? There he is! Oh, he's grown up now. And it is time to do this. Now, I probably won't be able to get it as a time-lapse just because lighting is going to be an issue. But I'm going to probably show you like a plan on the screen now. Whether it shows you where I might do some waterfalls, some structures. I'm really not sure because I want to get this right. So I don't want to just kind of wing it and just hope for the best. I do want to put in the time and effort to really like captivate how big this area is. So I do really want to add a waterfall in this corner, that is for definite. And hopefully maybe some bits and bobs like structures around here. It's going to be, there's no concrete ideas at the moment, but I'll show you once we've finished. So there we go. It's time for a new improved lake. And here we have it. Here is the lake completed with a variety of different things. And yes, it looks very dark. However, I did make a little slight change, and I also put some sea pickles and some lichen behind these little structures. So they give like a little glow, because before you could not see them at all. But I've got a night vision potion again, and I just want to show you what it's looking like. So I put all the big waterfalls in one area because I kind of wanted it to seem like there is like a source somewhere around that area that is full of water. And I don't want to add them just places that didn't make sense. You know, I don't want to add something here or right underneath this area. I added one little tiny one there just because why not? And I've also added some structures in. So let's talk about it. So I've got this little area here. I was going to add some waterfalls, but again, I didn't see it fitting. So I added in these structures here that kind of look like arches. And like before, I added some more pillars as well with all the little gaps and cracks. And then I also added some over here that go actually under the water. Now, one thing that you can see is something that was in Arkham Origins, which I showed a picture of earlier, where there's this like kind of like minecart that was broken. And I really wanted to put it somewhere. I just didn't know where. So I found the place to put it, and I think this area kind of looks fitting for it to be. And I'll show you a little cinematic of what this area looks like. So I've used a combination of spruce, like stripped logs, some plank, slabs, signs, trapdoors. I've also used some copper gates, the like slightly weathered copper gates. Because I had loads of those and I could make more, so I made loads. And then I've also added some rails. I didn't add them like completely, I just kind of broke them up a little bit into little sections. Added the minecart and the chest because I kind of wanted to put something there to make it look like, you know, there is something that was going to go somewhere. And then some lamps and some chains just dangling on the side. And I think it looks awesome. And you're thinking, well, what about the rest of the bridge? Where is it? And I've added it in the bottom of the water, and I think it looks so cool. And you may also see I've added in the dead coral. So I added all the coral like normal pieces, not the fan parts, but the other ones. Just placed them all around here, waited for them to die, and then I added them in. So there is slightly a little bit more variety. You don't really see it as much because it is grey, but as you can see down here, I've added in all these different types of blocks to kind of show that it's fallen down and it's completely broken, and I'm so happy that I finally got to put it in because I just didn't know where to put it. So there we go. That is it. That's the lake. And I've also added the lichen and sea pickles on the other one as well, so it just has a little bit of a glow to it so you can actually see it. And yeah, I'm just so ecstatic. Like, it's just so nice to see it complete. And I don't think there is anything else in this cave that needs to be done, because the one other change I also did was the entrance area where I had loads of dripstone, loads of dirt, loads of moss, and it turned out that I didn't even use like most of those blocks for the rest of the Batcave, and I kind of wanted to keep it on theme. So I probably will add some mossy cobble in there because I have used mossy cobble in other places too. But I just want to show you what I ended up doing. You can see that it just is just grey, and I've added in the walls instead of the dripstones because, again, I didn't use those blocks, so I didn't want to have it really weird. Like, I don't want to add too much detail to one area and then it turns out this other area is just completely different. Now, the next problem that we have left is happening at the very top of Wayne Manor. And I didn't realize how long I've been playing on this world. I didn't realize, you know, at some point this storage room was going to be jam-packed and I'm going to be left with no space. So that also means that I've got to do a new storage room, and I was trying to think, oh, I could do it up here. You know, I still want it to be in this living quarters area, but at the end of the day, I really thought, nah, I kind of want to prioritize the aesthetic of this area now rather than utilizing it for something, because I've always had these chests over here. I've always had that window open for me to just jump out. So I really want to reevaluate what we can do, because there's so many blocks, such a variety now. Obviously there's been updates too that have, you know, added in new blocks which needed its own chest and whatever. So I've really had to clear as many shulker boxes as I can, and these are the only ones that I've got left, which, yeah, it's a lot. So I was thinking, well, what can we do with that? What can we do where we can put like the storage room? I was just thinking putting it in this one, but it wasn't a vibe. I didn't really like it. You know, I wanted to make sure that the windows, you could look out the windows, and I didn't want it to just be chests. Like, I still want there to be some sort of aesthetic to it. What I will be doing next episode is not only are we going to do a revamp and a world tour, we are also going to add our storage room into the basement of Wayne Manor, which means that there'll be a layout change. So as you'd walk down this corridor, on the left side you have our wine cellar, and then in this room over here, which has 2 doors for some reason, is our blacksmith. And I'm not satisfied with it. So what I'm probably going to be doing next episode, I'm probably going to start doing it now, off camera, is changing the layout, changing this into a storage room instead, moving this style of the wine cellar, obviously improve it as well. That will go probably straight in here, and then our blacksmith will probably move slightly downwards. So then I've got a lot of area to use. I can add a lot of more chests, so kind of keeping this style here with probably some more like aesthetic pieces that I might not even use. So that is the plan for the next episode. I am really excited, very excited. And I have mentioned before that I want to add some sort of like gate or wall fence or whatever around the outside of this area too. But there we have it, guys. That is the very kind of last episode in terms of progressing with the Batcave, because, well, there's nothing that comes to mind that I want to do now. I don't know what more I can add. I don't want to add too much to the point that it's just kind of an overload. So, like I said, next episode will be not only a revamp, but also an upgrade to the Wayne Manor. And I will also be doing a little world tour, showing you every single room that is not a cinematic. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. I'm kind of sad at the same time, but regardless, it is what it is. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye!